Some tales are told, then soon forgotten. But a legend is forever. Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Now, from the producers of A Nightmare on Elm Street, the real terror begins November 3rd. The opinions, viewpoints, and beliefs presented on this program do not necessarily reflect those of the management, the affiliates and broadcast partners, or the sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Scarefest Radio, the radio you can see.
And hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Scarefest TV for July. Is this July still? No. Okay. July 11th. Oh, I saw the 7. I said, the math. It's hard. July 11th, 2025. Ready, coming up. Less than 100 days, I'm told, until Scarefest 17. Looks like we've got a good crowd in the chat room tonight. Few people on YouTube. I want to say hello to you. And we have 2 celebrity announcements tonight. I know we could have more because I know one of my favorite normal people. Just saying, Brandon. Just saying. We have Joe Lewis for Bonehead Weekly. We'll be reviewing the current movie 28 Years Later. Which, did you know Sandra Bullock is not in the 28 Years Later, the sequel? So, just want to put that out there. Tonight I'm joined by my lovely and talented co-host, Joanna Hochstetter, who it seems like it's been forever since you co-hosted, Joanna.
It feels like it has been a little while.
I don't know where the time goes. Because it feels like nobody's co-host. There's nobody. I can't remember the last time Katie co-hosted. Chad, barely. Barbara, now I do remember Barbara. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, so, and then our guest tonight, of course, is the legend himself, R.A. Mihailoff. Welcome to the show, R.A.
Wes, Joanna, how are you guys doing?
Been better.
Awesome.
Better. Been a hell of a week on my end.
Well, sorry to hear that.
I have spent more money this week breaking shit and it's all kinds of stuff. It's nothing to show for it, R.A. Nothing. Just throwing money away. So,
well, what are you going to do?
Apparently I'm going to spend the money. Now, R.A.
Just hang in there till picking time.
Now, okay, my first question, your IMDb, which we go over about every time you're on the show, annually, because he is a Scarefest family fixture. I had never noticed IMDb, at least on the website, on the desktop version, has user list. And I found this quite entertaining because the first time we met, it'll lead up to that. You're on a list that says horror actors and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But here's the one that caught my attention. You have made the list of extremely tall and big, scary-ass looking motherfuckers.
Well, you know what? That makes me very happy.
Would that be enough to make you smile?
No.
Because the very first time that everyone in the chat room, the first time I actually met Ari in person was out on the sidewalk, and I know I was 3 sheets to the wind. It was still early for RA at the time, so I'm not sure his inebriation level. But I walked up to him and I was fussing at him about something, and I pointed my finger at his chest, and then I realized I had to look up about 2 foot to see his face, and I said, "You're a big motherfucker." That was how we met.
Well,
Love it.
my level of inebriation might have been greater than yours because I don't have a clear memory of that.
Well, yeah, but at the time, I was just another guy to you. I was just another dude.
Well, that's true.
But, see? Now,
Hey, yeah. Wait a minute. By the way, I want
yeah.
check out my hat.
Y'all see that, everybody? He's plugging for us. He's plugging for us. But do you wear that out, though? It doesn't do any good to wear it on here. Hell, I'm advertising for Knoxville HorrorCon.
I wear this hat all the time, weather permitting.
Which it just barely is right now.
Huh?
And it just barely is right now.
Yep. All right. It's too hot to wear the hat right now.
Now,
Ooh-wee.
another
Oh, now you can
softball
see
question. Another softball. Tell me about Pitbull. You quoted him in our message this week. Your old biker bro Pitbull.
Hey, what's the question? That was Pitbull's favorite saying when he didn't want to talk about anything. Hey, Pitbull, you a member of a motorcycle club? Hey, what's the question there? You want a beer? He was a pretty hardcore friend of mine. They were back when I used to be really into the motorcycle lifestyle, and I used to go up to an aftermarket parts stores in Burbank, California, and every time I'd pull up, he'd be there and he'd go, "Hey, bike's sounding good," And this is the way the guy really talked like that. That's exactly the way he talked. "Oh, thanks, man. How you doing?" "Hey, So this store they used to run a full page ad in Easy Rider magazine, and he was the poster boy for the Jammer store. And the caption, and he's standing in front of his chopper, which he built. And the quote is, "I get my parts at Jammer. You should too." So we just, it seemed like a pretty good guy. And one day, he came down. Me and my girl invited him down for dinner one night, and it was February when the Santa winds are blowing and it's actually cold in Los Angeles. And he goes, "Dude, guess I'll go up in Griffith Park and unroll my sleeping bag." And my girl goes, "What do you mean?" Said, "Oh, yeah, I'm not living with so-and-so anymore. They kicked me out. I'm sleeping in the park." So my girl says, "Mr. Mihailoff, can I have a word with you?" And I said, "Yeah, babe, what?" So we walk in the back and she goes, "It's cold out there. Let him spend the night here. You got the room." I said, baby, if he spends one night, he'll never leave." And that's exactly the way it happened.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But he was a good guy. He's dead now, but he was a good guy. Stand-up bro.
Oh.
And he was one of he's one of the few people that I was afraid of. I'd rather, well, a friend of ours, I had another bro named Mad Dog. And a friend of ours who was in the collection business wanted to put Mad Dog and Pitbull together to go collect debts. And let me put it to you this way. If I owed somebody money and they came to collect, I'd bring them in, I'd take them out to the patio, set them down at the table, make sure the umbrella was, positioned right so that, they were in the shade. I'd ask them what they want to drink and fix their drinks. Then I'd walk to the nearest brick wall and start banging my head as hard as I could, because that would be less severe than what would happen with those guys. two guys who were very, very, very tough, and I wouldn't want to tangle with either of them. But anyway, so that's Pitbull.
Now, before I toss you over to Joanna, here's a comment from the chat room. R.A., thank you so much for last year when you talked to my daughter for a good 10 minutes about the opening scene to Leatherface 3. She was 10 at the time, and you were very PC, meaning politically correct, but she loved it.
Oh,
Well, yeah, well, she's welcome. And I mean, that's what I'm there for. That's what I'm there at Scarefest for. And that's what everybody else should be at Scarefest for, to meet and greet, without our fans, we wouldn't be where we are. So you have to respect that. You have to honor that.
Over to Joanna.
hey, what is up, RA?
Hi, Joanna. What's in that glass?
In honor of you, I'm having some Woodford Reserve, maybe a little too much now, and some soda.
And that would be good old Kentucky bourbon.
Yes, sir. This is bourbon country.
I am completely down with that and looking forward to having a Woodford's in October.
Oh, yeah. So is that what you prefer?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I'm a cheap bastard. And my favorite bourbon is Evan Williams.
Okay. No, that's a good choice. I respect. So I'll know what to buy you when I see you in October.
What? Yeah. Well, I'll drink anything. Come on, I would never turn down Woodford's. But here's the deal. Also, Evan Williams allegedly is the oldest distillery in Kentucky.
Oh, wow. I live here and I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well, I've read the label many times.
That makes sense. Well, I appreciate the fact. So recently I've been seeing a lot of posts about Killers on the Rocks. So
yes.
If I were to buy a ticket for that, what could I expect to happen at this event?
Well, you will join us at what's the name of the distillery?
Yeah, put me on the spot.
I don't remember which distillery. We'll get that information.
I mean,
an undisclosed location. We'll put it that way.
No, Town Branch Distillery in downtown Lexington.
Okay.
It just hey, give me a break. I'm a bona fide senior citizen. It takes me a while to get to the finish line. So we all assemble over there, and then we do a tasting with we tap a cask of bourbon, take the bourbon right out of the cask, so they call it cask strength. Everybody gets a glass, and it's to their credit, it's a glass, not a stupid plastic glass.
Nice.
And then we sample that bourbon, then we take a tour of the place. Then we go over. They've got a little bar room on the side of the I don't know what you call the room where the vats are and the big still pots. They got a little bar room there, and we just sit there and enjoy more bourbon.
Okay, well that sounds awesome. So it's going to be you, and then who else is going to be there with you? The celebrities. There
will be the lovely and talented Kane Warnhotter.
Of course.
There will be Steve the Sloth Nappy.
Yes.
There will be Felissa Rose Esposito Miller Gonzalez Washington. She's got Felissa Rose has more last names than anybody on the planet Earth, But yeah, Felissa Rose from Camp Sleepaway. Last year, a surprise visit from Deputy Doofus, Dave Sheridan.
Oh, very cool.
And who else? Who else knows who will show?
Build.
Huh?
I think that's everybody on the show bill.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's a freaking awesome lineup there. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then we just we meet and greet and pose for pics, and sign stuff if people want stuff signed. And we bullshit for a couple.
Oh, that sounds freaking awesome. So, and I bet the tickets are probably going to sell out super fast.
I think they do. I mean, you know, I've been, you know, since it's been posted, I've been reading the comments and stuff like that. People say, it's great. I don't even drink and I have a great time, you know? Good. More power to you.
Very awesome. So with you and your entourage, I have to hear one of your favorite, hopefully involving bourbon stories of maybe some debauchery or trouble that you guys caused.
Oh, Jesus, Joanna.
At least one.
Let me, you got me on the spot. Let me think.
I'm bad about that.
Well, I remember one time, me, the lovely and talented Kane Warnhotter, Steve the Sloth Nappy, and I can't remember who else. We were at a show in somewhere in Florida.
Okay.
Not Tampa. Can't remember where, but we proceeded to drink up all the wild turkey.
Oh.
Wipe the bar out of wild turkey.
Very nice.
I don't know. And I remember sometimes when there's alcohol involved, there might be a little hitting. And, you know, we all think we have pretty hard heads. So we start rapping each other on the noggin. And I think Steve Nappy got the worst of it.
Oh, no.
Because Kane and I were both beating on his head. And like I said, you know, we drank all the wild turkey, and then I woke up sometime before daylight with my pants with one pant leg off, but I still had my boots on. And I lost my sunglasses. That was the worst part.
Oh no.
Yeah. Now, how I got to my room, how I got one blue jean pant leg off over my boots, I have no idea.
Some talent right there.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. That is amazing. So, hey, Wes, is it time for a commercial?
It is from our sponsor, Rue Morgue.
Are you a fan of horror movies, books, comics, music, and collectibles? Rue Morgue magazine is for you. Subscribe today to receive 6 or 12 print issues annually and join me, executive editor Andrea Subissati, on an ongoing journey through the horror genre of the past, present, and future. Plus, get access to unmissable special editions such as A Century of Witches, 50 Years of Gore Cinema, British horror movies, and so much more. Rue Morgue, the world's premier horror and culture and entertainment magazine since 1997. Accept no substitute.
And welcome back to Scarefest TV. We're here tonight with Mr. R.A. Mihailoff, Scarefest legend, movie legend. And, okay. And this is what I got to explain to Felissa. This is why I love doing the show live, because the chat room has given me all these questions. I ain't got to do a goddamn thing. First of all, this is a good question. Okay, you told us about Pitbull. What was your biker nickname?
Mm.
Well, you know, you can't pick your own road name. It has to be given to you. But I was never a member of a motorcycle enthusiast organization, if you know what I mean. So no one gave me a road name. But if I were able to give myself a road name, it would be a combination of Pitbull and Mad Dog, and I would call myself Bulldog.
Good enough. See, now I'd have went with something Krampus themed, because you're Santa.
What?
Santa, Krampus But how many movies or shorts, counting shorts and movies, how many times have you played Santa or a Santa-related character?
One time.
Well, no, wait, just once? I know you did it in the short.
Yes. Yeah, I did that. I did that movie called My Name is Kris Kringle.
See, that's twice.
Did you see it?
Wait, was that the
was
short?
a
No,
short
wait, was
film.
that the short? I might be thinking. If that was the short, I've seen the short.
Yeah, that was the short film.
Okay. Very, very good, by the way. You are an untapped resource, then, is what I'm going to take you to. Everyone should just hire you to play Santa. You are the best Santa.
I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or not, Wes.
It's a compliment. You're an actor. And everybody loves a 7-foot Santa.
Are you trying to say I'm fat, bald, and white-haired?
Well,
It's
I'm
the
not going to
beard.
say that because you can whip my ass. Okay, now we want to talk about movies. The only one I saw on your IMDb coming out, I believe, let's see, we're upcoming. Yeah, Pig Hill. When's Pig Hill coming out? Have you heard anything?
I am so glad you asked. 2 days ago, it was announced officially. We are having our world premiere at the big festival in Fright Fest in London, and very excited about that. It's a big deal, and
All right.
we started on this thing 3 years ago. Took us a year to assemble all the elements, and then we filmed it 2 years ago, and now we just finally put the finishing touches on it. We'd take in February, March. Earlier this year, we had taken the trailer to Cannes International Film Festival and Market. There was a lot of interest in it, but nobody was, it was just a trailer. So now we have the finished product, world premiere, and I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Now, according to IMDb, that's the only one you got hanging out there right now. Is that correct?
Yes. Well, I'm the executive producer of Pig Hill.
Well, I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
Okay.
Hell yes. Yeah, man. Me and my partner Ted Watts Jr. We started that from from nothing. I mean, we found a book written about local folklore here in my part of the country. We got a hold of the author. We made a deal. We optioned the rights to her book. It took us a year to, secure the rights and get, all that stuff, and assemble the production company. Then we filmed it, and it's pretty badass. I'm actually tomorrow going to take a look at the final cut. So.
Oh yeah.
Okay, one more softball question before I toss you. What is your favorite part of Scarefest? This is from the chat room. Your favorite part of Scarefest?
It's from who?
Chat room is who threw it in there. I'm not doing a damn thing. I'm just reading what other people want to know.
Yeah, okay. My favorite part of Scare.
Cheater.
The entire experience from the time I arrive in Lexington, a day or two before Scarefest, actually, I just get swept up in the whole thing and just love it. It's I call it in a good way. I call it a psychobilly madhouse. Last year, Brandon said he went in early last year on Saturday or Sunday morning, like at 6:00 a.m. and there were people lined up to get in.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, but I'm going to describe it for the people that have maybe never been there. But imagine a 22-story hotel, full service hotel, connected to the Rupp Arena, where the University of Kentucky basketball team has their games. And then across the street from that complex, the city built that, what is it, 100,000 square foot complex?
At least, I don't know. That's not across the street. It's down the street.
Anyway.
Now everybody's
can
you
lost. So imagine this. Imagine this, lines 3 and 4 deep wrapped around from the convention center, across the street, past the Rupp Arena, wrapping around the hotel. It's amazing, and just everything about it. I mean, I love it down there so much. Nicole, she got me a dentist, and Gina Johnson Higgins. That we were doing. Nicole got me, and we went over to do a radio show, and the gal was hosting the radio show was wearing a mask, but it was after the China virus, or before, I can't remember. And she said, I'm sorry, I'm wearing a mask, but I'm getting dental work done, and it doesn't look really good right now. And Nicole said, well, who's your dentist? Gina Johnson Higgins. Oh, that's my dentist too, isn't she great? Blah, 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 blah. And I was so impressed. I said, Nicole, you think you could get me an appointment with your dentist? Yeah. So she got me an appointment with the dentist, and now every year when I go down there, I always go over for a teeth cleaning. And so I got a dentist down there. And then a couple of years ago, I don't know what I did to my neck, but I really jacked it up. So I'm heading down to Lexington. I call Nicole. I said, Nicole, do you know any chiropractors? She said, let me find out. So she got me a chiropractor, Michael Pugh, Dr. Michael Pugh at Tate's Creek Chiropractic, right down at the bottom of Fayette Mall. And, I go see him every time I'm there. And so I told Nicole, if she gets me a personal care physician, I'm moving to Lexington.
Yeah, I mean, that and an optometrist, you're done.
Yes.
That's about it.
Yeah, but I got to tell you the truth. I love it here in my home so much. I love coming to Lexington. I love it so much. I stay usually after Scarefest. I stay for 1 or 2 days at least.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and but I would never leave my home. I love it here so much.
Okay, everybody, we're going to go and do the announcements. We're going to give it to Joanna when we come back from announcements. But it's time to do the celebrity announcements. Our first announcement of the evening, Mike DeLuna. Mike DeLuna was a Hollywood stuntman for 30 years, known for his work in action-packed films. His filmography includes Rocketeer, Lethal Weapon, and The Abyss. He also notably performed a stunt as Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th, Part 3. He's known for his fearless approach to death-defying feats within the industry. Now, before we give the next announcements, I got to tell you the backstory on this. Someone, and I got to figure out how to tease it. Someone on one of our posts about the Lost Boys said, "Why did you cancel this person?" And I went on and said, "Well, we haven't announced him." Well, come to find out, guess who our next announcement is? Jamison Newlander. Jamison Newlander, American actor, most famous for his role, as Alan Frog in the 1987 film The Lost Boys. Played one of the 2 vampire hunting brothers alongside Corey Feldman. His portrayal of Alan Frog has made him an iconic figure in the horror genre, with appearances at conventions and related media during the day. And he was in just a whole slew of Lost Boys stuff. So there you go. Now, just to refresh your memory. Hey, on Friday night, we've got the Warren Museum After Dark Ghost Hunt, an investigation of the Warren Museum. Friday night, it'll be with Dave Schrader. Saturday night, it will be with Aaron Sagers. Those tickets are on sale now. Hey, and give a little love to the Tennessee Wraith Chasers, Spirits of the Vineyard. Yes, we have an off-site ghost hunt also Saturday night with Chris and Mike of the Tennessee Wraith Chasers Paranormal Investigation at a vineyard. So we've got that. Those tickets should also be on sale. And if you're into gallery readings, Reconnecting with Spirit with Rob Thompson and Patty Negri. Reconnecting with Spirit gallery reading, those tickets are also on sale. And of course, nobody can forget Talk Scary to Me. Talk Scary to Me. It's like a live podcast with the ladies, and they're going to have celebrity guests from the convention. Talk Scary to Me tickets are on sale. Don't forget, the Central Kentucky Mystical Market is coming up this month. Next weekend, that is 19th and 20th. 19th and 20th, Kentucky's premier psychic and artist market at their new location at 1165 Center Parkway. You can find details at scarefestweekend.com. And one little reminder for you, Friday the 13th, Part 3 is the topic tonight for Fear the Talking Heads with guest co-host Brandon Griffith. That's right. Our fearless leader is co-hosting the podcast Talking with Barbara about Friday the 13th, Part 3. Go to youtube.com, search for at Fear of the Talking Heads, or you can actually technically just keep typing youtube.com/Fear the Talking Heads. Now over to Joanna and R.A.
Yes, those are some awesome announcements. Oh, man. So, yeah, definitely Woodford's going down really smooth now. So, R.A., what I really want to ask you about is the physicality of your career. I mean, you know, you had a wrestling career, and then watching your roles, you're swinging around chainsaws and all these fight scenes. How would you prepare for such physically demanding roles?
Well, believe it or not, my initial goal was to go to Hollywood and become a stuntman. I never cracked that nut. I don't know why, but I just never was able to get work as a stuntman per se. Mm-hmm. But in the lead up to moving to Hollywood, I spent several years working the outdoor theater circuit, which are like living movies. They're live. I did one in Chillicothe, Ohio, called Tecumseh, and they brought in a Hollywood stuntman to coordinate the fight scenes, and I mean they were spectacular. And I was living in Dallas, Texas at the time, way before cell phones, way before emails or anything. I read that they brought in this Hollywood stuntman to coordinate the battle scenes of this outdoor play. I jumped in my truck and drove up to Chillicothe, Ohio, hired on. And, and I've always been interested in, weapons and stuff like that. Like I used to be a pretty good sword fighter. I'm not a good anything anymore but I was pretty handy, and I studied it. Whenever I travel the country, I would seek out people known for stage combat and stuff like that. And, I was lucky, and I studied it, and I have a pretty nice collection of weapons. And, sometimes just for fun, me and my buddies will sword fight. We used to anyway, not anymore, but.
Oh my gosh, that would be fun to watch.
It would be fun to watch, and it's fun to do too.
Well, that is awesome. So I noticed in TCM3 that your dear friend Kane Hodder was a stunt coordinator. So how does that work when you're acting and then he has a role as stunt coordinator? How do you guys work together in these roles?
Well, okay, so yes, he was a stunt coordinator, so it was his responsibility to ensure the safety of all the action sequences.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there were a couple of times that he actually doubled me.
Okay.
One I remember in particular, the very beginning of the movie, the Mercedes backs Leatherface menacing the kids in the Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
They shift into reverse and try to run them over and knock them
Right.
down. So I was actually running the saw on the trunk of the Mercedes, but when they cut to the gag,
Mm-hmm.
Kane stepped in and did the car hit.
Oh, wow.
Because he was my stunt double.
Yeah.
The big fight at the climatic fight in the body pit. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Kane did one setup with a stunt double, so it was Kane and a stunt double for Benny.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ken Foray and I did the fight, and I don't know. It's I can't tell who's who. I know Ken and I did it ourselves. I know Kane and the stunt double did it as well. So I don't know how much is intercut. And the other thing I remember that Kane did that they wouldn't let me do, because the whole reason to have stunt doubles is so the star doesn't get hurt. So
Right.
So in the movie there is what they call the terror truck. It's our family truck,
Mm-hmm.
a 4-wheel drive Ford with a chrome plated skull on the dashboard and a human skin bra. Anyway.
Yes.
Wait, I'm sorry. Benny rolls his Jeep down a ravine. And I'm not sure who drove that. I don't know if it was Kane or a stunt double. But, it was stuff like that where the actor could potentially get hurt.
Okay.
The stunt doubles come in.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely was going to ask that because I couldn't tell either. I was like, is he doing his own stunts here? So that was, yeah, it was awesome. Very cool to see.
Yeah, like back to the Mercedes. It was me actually ripping the trunk off the car.
That was such a good scene. Oh, yeah. My God.
Yeah. I remember. So they gave me a gimmick chainsaw,
Mm-hmm.
It had a chain, and it actually ran. It was wired so that metal on metal would cause sparks. But I had to cut through the paint to get to the bare metal, and I just kept reefing on it, and I actually cut through the trunk lid.
Oh, wow. So that was you, and the sparks were flying everywhere.
Yeah, as far as I remember, yes.
Wow. Yeah, that was an awesome scene. I remember my anxiety rising so high in that scene. That was really good.
It was a fun movie to make. I mean, for me, it was. I mean, Kane had already done Friday the 13th, number 7, before he came on as stunt coordinator on our movie, and he and I have very similar sense of humor, and it started a lifelong friendship and professional association. to this day. I mean, you know, we'll be sitting together at Scarefest, God willing, and the creek don't rise, you know, and we just have a lot of fun.
Oh, that's awesome. That's what it's all about. Very cool. So the leg brace, though, how did that affect you? Did it take you a long time to get used to it, or were you just like, okay, screw it, I'm just going along with it?
Okay, screw it, I'm going along with it.
Okay.
You know? And they actually, believe it or not, they actually sent me to a I don't know what you call them, but it was a, you know, like a real medical facility where they make leg braces.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that thing was custom made and fit, you know, for me.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that much detail went into that. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they didn't really. I mean, you know, I mean, it was a pretty big deal picture for a horror movie. Yeah, you know.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
So yeah. I mean, I had to go. You know, I mean, the technician or whatever you call the guy. I sat on a table. He took all my measurements and, you know, fabricated the thing just like it was going to be a real brace. You know, for the body pit scene,
Mm-hmm.
it looks, you know, it looks like it's a swamp in the middle of the woods, right?
Right.
It was like a heated pool, you know, and they actually bought us bodysuits. They had custom made bodysuits for us to wear when we were in the water.
Oh my gosh. No, I love that. They took care of you guys.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Okay.
That's the benefit. Live better, work union, Screen Actors Guild.
Yes, here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Wes, is it time for another break, or what do we got time for?
It's actually time for Bonehead Weekly.
Hey, Scarefest, this is Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly. I had the pleasure of sneaking out the other night about 10 o'clock, driving to the movie theater and watching 28 Years Later. 28 Years Later is the third movie in the 28 days, 28 weeks. Both of those movies I love. 28 Days Later was such a different picture. It was so different. It was shot in mini DV, so it had that low-res kind of technology to it in the early 2000s. Looked different, felt different. The first hour of that movie is brilliant. Last 30 minutes, last 20 minutes, questionable. However, Danny Boyle, great director. Alex Garland, wonderful writer. 28 Weeks Later, not directed by Danny Boyle, but also an excellent follow-up sequel to it. So it was years later, 20-some, that we finally get 28 Years Later. The plot's actually fairly simple. It's about a young boy who is kind of coming of age in the society. We find out, you know, that kind of England, Scotland, stuff like that have been quarantined, and there's boats patrolling and making sure it doesn't get in the rest of Europe. And they don't let it around the rest of the world. And there's some people who still live there, but when you're there. You're like Escape from New York. When you go in, you don't come out. And a boy's coming of age, and his dad decides to take him out on his first zombie kill. And this really is kind of a coming of age story, where we find out many things about him, his dad, his mom, who's also got an illness, other people that we haven't quite met, main characters, because it introduces new characters, all most of these movies do. Actually, 28 Years Later is pretty damn good. It's probably more artsy than the other two. Alex Garland's script is, of course, great. He's a good writer. There's nothing wrong with the movie until the last 5 minutes. It is so polarizing to a lot of people, and if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you've read about it, then you're like, "Rah?" Yeah. The tone completely shifts 180 degrees, not 360 where it comes back 180, like to a totally different movie for the last 5 minutes, where they could have just ended it with this beautiful thing that this stranger does for the kid. Some of you are going to get mad at that. There's a lot of violence in this movie. There is a lot of things about trigger warnings. Kids get attacked at the first of it. We're introduced to different types of zombies. Some kind of like the ones that eat worms. There's a disgusting scene with worms. And they're kind of like these, I forgot their names, but they're kind of fat, tubby things that roll around. There's the really regular ones who are slow, and then there's these alphas. And these alphas are the ones everybody's really worried about. And there's one particular alpha that we find out about midway through the movie. We follow around who's, if you've seen the movie, his appendage is hard to miss. and is now just burned into my brain, just burned right here. Did I enjoy it though? 28 years later, it's a really good movie. Really is. It's one of the better horror films I've seen in a minute. It's so well made, so well acted. Like I said, Danny Boyle returning back to this story that he created, Alex Garland writing the script. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I just don't get the last 5 minutes. I was talking to somebody, a Scarefest friend the other day, and they said that 5 minutes is kind of a jump off for our next movie. Maybe it is. I haven't bothered to look it up. You could have still done it without it. It's just so polarizing. But did it ruin the movie for me? No. I know that a lot of people went online and said it ruined the movie for them. Not much. And Voldemort is fantastic in it as the Doctor. I know his name's not really Voldemort, but he's just fantastic as a Doctor. Just a wonderful character. This movie's filled with so many different, believable, wonderful characters, flawed characters. I didn't feel the hour and 50 minutes. It felt like it just went by in 80 minutes for me. So should you check it out? Absolutely. Go out to the theater, watch a movie. Hopefully next week, I'll finally drag my kid out to see the new Jurassic World. So this has been Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly. Go check out 28 Years Later.
And welcome back, everybody, to our final segment of Scarefest TV, speaking with Mr. R.A. Mihailoff. Okay, from the chat room, Brandon wants you to talk about Trancers 3. He found out you were in Trancers 3.
Yes, I'm glad he asked that. I wanted to speak about that. So, a couple of weeks ago, maybe, I don't know, Brandon posted something about he was interested in having Tim Thomerson as a possible guest. So I sent a message. I said, hey, if you want to get Tim, I said, we have mutual friends and I'd be happy to, contact them on your behalf. And it didn't go anywhere. And then I guess he didn't realize that I knew Tim. And we have a very good mutual friend, C. Courtney Joyner, who was the writer-director of Trancers 3. So, it was a pretty cool part. I played a character called Shark, which it was never defined exactly what Shark was. I mean, he was a fighting android from the future, powered by a solar or nuclear crystal in his forehead. But the reason he was called Shark is because he had a fin at the top of his head that looked like a shark fin, and he had razor sharp stainless steel teeth, and it was a cool character. I got it just because I knew Courtney. I knew him, see Courtney Joyner. It was like one of these offer only. I didn't have to read for it or anything. It just said, you're going to play Shark. So I always wondered what Shark stood for. And I finally came up with what I thought would be what do you call it? When like NASA is National Aeronautic and Space thing.
I think it's an acronym.
Acronym?
I believe that's the correct word.
Yeah. Okay. So I came up with the idea that Shark was an acronym for Supra-Human Armed Response Killbot.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Yes.
So never got to, and I did number 3, Trancers 3, and I was supposed to, they alluded to the fact that I would be doing Trancers 4, but they shot that in Romania, and I guess they didn't want to pay for me to go to Romania because at the beginning of Trancers 4, they go, hey, Jack Death, didn't you used to have a partner named Shark? Yeah, he didn't make it. And he pulls a light switch, and my shark had been turned into a table lamp. So
damn it.
Yeah, that's what I say, because I wanted to go to Romania. But,
right?
Yeah. But, it was fun. Tim Thomerson was really cool. Andrew J. Robinson played the lead villain. He was really cool. And, it was a lot of fun. And I even spoke a line in Chinese.
Hell yeah.
Do you remember it?
Well, yeah. The English translation was, where is Jack Death? Um, I forget, I have it written. If I could find the script, I have it written down. The translation. But who knows where that script is? It's in a storage unit somewhere.
Okay, now coming back full circle, something we started with, because the person that talked about you speaking to their 10-year-old kid.
Yes.
Now I want to hear the baloney story that you told the kid. Something about baloney in the opening scene of Texas Chainsaw.
What?
That's what they said.
Oh, that story. Oh, yeah, okay. Now I know what you're talking about.
How many baloney stories do you have? Wait, before you start, do you have a lot of baloney stories, or is it just like...
I like bologna. I like fried bologna sandwiches. I like Lebanon. You ever had Lebanon bologna? It's big in Pennsylvania. It's a real spicy. It's a real spicy bologna that's smoked. It's really good. Oh yes, I like bologna a lot.
Okay.
And, when I was a kid, my mother used to make bologna salad. But anyway, but to the question at hand. So during the opening credits of the movie, you see the hands of Leatherface constructing the mask. Got a big giant pair of shears, and he's cutting things. Got a leather, one of those curved leather needles, and he's sewing pieces together. So some of the pieces were, latex foam, but other pieces were lunch meat from mystery meat from the lunch truck. And that's a guaranteed fact. I
love that.
And the other thing, the B unit had filmed the sequence with one of the special effects guys doing everything, but they didn't think his hands were big enough, so they refilmed it with me doing it, which was fine, because that's actually me. I can swear to that. That's me sewing that mystery meat together.
Yes.
And
does that answer your question?
That was okay. Yeah, the mystery meat answered my question. Now, someone in the chat room did ask for your, I don't know, this seems kind of broad to me, but I'm going to ask it. Recommend your favorite place for food and drink.
Oh, geez. Is this a 4-hour show?
Well, it has been before, but
man, well, pick a region,
well, okay, here, let's do regions. East Coast.
The what?
East Coast. If you said pick a region, I'm doing it. East Coast.
East Coast. That's still picking. That's too broad, man. Okay. Let's just go with barbecue.
Okay.
Moonlight Barbecue in Owensboro, Kentucky. One of my absolute
lamb. It's so good.
Oh yeah, love it. Big Bob Gibson's in Decatur, Alabama, with the white barbecue sauce. The first time I went there, I drove 600 miles from Bedford, Indiana, just to go to Big Bob Gibson's in Decatur, Alabama. It was so good. I spent the night in Decatur and went back for lunch.
Nice.
Let me think. There's a place I like in South Carolina called Duke's Barbecue in Walterboro. It's a buffet, all the just like, I'm kind of partial to buffets, because it's all the food you can shove down your neck,
Hell yeah.
I love that kind of stuff. one final barbecue. Let me think. I don't know, but I'll tell you, in St. Louis, in the Lou, one of my absolute favorite places to go is Tucker's Place. It's a steakhouse. I like to go to the one off of Lindbergh Avenue in South County. They've got this unbelievable pork chop or pork steak or whatever it is. But every time I'm in South County, St. Louis, I always go there. Let me think, what else? In Central New York, I love they call them tomato pies. They're like a pizza, but you eat them cold, and they're like a thick crust pizza, and all they have on them is like tomato sauce and a little sprinkle of cheese. They're so good. They make something up there called a speedy, which is marinated chicken or pork, and it comes, on a roll. Those are really good. Jesus.
The cold pizza doesn't even sound good to me.
Huh?
I said that cold pizza thing doesn't even sound good to me.
Wes, you have to try it.
Are we uncultured?
Maybe I will. Someday.
There's one place I haven't
well, what's
been.
good about it? Is it the bread? Is it the sauce? Is it the cheese? What makes it good? Because I'm just thinking Chef Boyardee, none of it would impress me if it was cold.
It's I don't know. Believe me, tomato pie is good. Let's move on. There is a place I haven't been that I want to go so badly. It's called Rutt's Hut in Clifton, New Jersey. They deep fry their hot dogs.
You can deep fry anything.
So you can get them in various degrees of doneness. You can get, I don't know, but the really super fried one is called a ripper, and they fry it till it busts open, and then they have this homemade it's like a mustard relish that you have on it. I correspond with a food blogger from New Jersey, and I was in New Jersey a couple of years ago. We were going to meet and go there, but it just didn't work out. So I got to get back to New Jersey so I can go to Rutt's Hut. Oh, back to Texas. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Black's Barbecue in Lockhart, Texas. The first Lockhart, Texas is the barbecue capital of Texas, and maybe the argument could be made that it is the barbecue capital of the world.
Oh, wow.
And Mr. Edgar Black, who I had the pleasure of meeting the one time I went there, he takes credit for being one of the first people to cook brisket.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
I love brisket.
Yeah. Let me think. Where else? Let me think. I love sushi. There's in Dalton, in Dalton, Georgia, where my dear friend, who has now gone to the other side, that would be Jeff Burr. He lived in Dalton, so I'd stop there quite often. And there's a sushi place there that, again, on certain days of the week, it's all you can eat, and they make it piece by piece, and oh my God, is it good. Let me think, what else? I hate to even give any laurels to California, but I absolutely love Musso and Frank, the oldest bar restaurant in Hollywood. They make the best martinis in the world.
Oh, wow.
And they, you can get stuff that probably no other restaurant in the country, or very few. You can get liver steak, which is it's like a brick-sized piece of liver. You can get lamb kidneys and stuff like that. and it's great. It's like I said, it's the oldest bar restaurant in Hollywood. There are no TVs, there are no music, there are no video games. It's just a bar and a restaurant, and the waiters all wear little, those little waistcoats and stuff like that.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, it's classic, man. And like all the famous people, all the famous writers used to go there to drink their lunch, and
very cool.
It's just so full of Hollywood. Yes, exactly. So full of Hollywood history. So full of Hollywood history. As a matter of fact, a couple of friends of mine were out there a couple of weeks ago, and I recommended that they were staying at the Roosevelt Hotel, which is on Hollywood Boulevard, and Musso and Frank is just down the street, and I recommended they go down there, and you won't regret it. Let me think. Where else? I'm trying to.
All right, let's wrap it up. All right, come on.
Okay, well, I like beef on weck at Shaylin's in Buffalo, New York, which you guys don't even know what beef on weck is.
No. I'm uncultured. I've been told.
Yes.
Well,
it's
not cultured. It's working man's food. It's sliced, very rare cooked roast beef served on a Kemmelweck.
A what?
Which is German. A Kemmelweck. That's caraway seed bun.
Okay.
And they stack it really high, and you put a little horseradish on it and have some pickled beets on the side. And, oh my God, is it good?
Okay.
Yeah. One day, it's funny you should ask. One day, I actually want to do a food/travel show.
Well, we should.
That would be amazing. Yes.
Let me tell you, I've been thinking about it for a long time, and it would. I'd either pick a location like Lexington, or I would pick a cuisine like barbecue or sandwiches. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And shameless plug for a national chain. I love Jimmy John's sandwiches. I'm sorry. In my opinion, of all the sub chains, Jimmy John's is hands down the very best. I can hardly ever drive past one without stopping to get a gargantuan.
Okay, I was going to ask what your favorite is. So yeah. Gargantuan.
It's like this massive. It's got like 4 or 5 different meats on it, and every time I walk in, I go, take a guess what I want, and if you get it wrong, you're going to have to turn in your hat and apron. There's only one answer. Gargantuan.
They know.
No, they don't. Sometimes they don't.
Shit!
I have to educate them.
Like, are you serious? Look at me. You know what I want.
Take a look at me. What do you think I'm eating? Jesus.
I'm a big man.
And like my Russian friend Roman Gurgol used to say, "You've got to eat large to be in charge."
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Well, on those wise words, we're going to call it a night. Eat large to be in charge. Everybody, this has been Scarefest TV. Thanks to our special guest tonight, Ari Mihailoff. Thanks to Joanna. We will see you next week.
And thank you guys for having me on the show. And I can't wait till October.
We'll see.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.